There is a brand new defender item out there, and I want to show you the best way to equip it to give you an edge up over everyone trying to hit your base. Hey everyone, Derpy here, and welcome back to another Battle Pirates video. As I show you the build for this one, I want you to remember that you can access all my builds for turrets, holes, everything else in the DerpyTheCow builds document, linked in the description of every single one of my YouTube videos, totally for free by the way. You can access this, just take the code, copy it, click on share in your shipyard, on your defense platform, etc., and paste it in. You can access all that stuff. But I want to talk to you today about the Globetrotter Mortar. Hopefully you have farmed enough of the level 80s in the first Vengeance event, which I also hope is the last one, but that's a different video. And I want to talk to you about how you want to equip it. So I have a level 18 turret platform right here. You need a level 19 turret platform in order to equip this one effectively. If you want to get tokens to upgrade your turrets, take a look at the Gatecrasher TLC. Mine's actually bugged. It's supposed to be reset. I put the comment in whoever reported this on bug reports, but that of course hasn't really been responded to. I guess I don't get any turret tokens. I might have to submit a ticket. Regardless, you can do this and get some turret upgrade tokens. That will get your turrets upgraded to level 19, at least a few of these to put the Gatecrasher on, or the Gatekeeper Mortar. Regardless, what's actually going to go on here is the Globetrotter. That's the name for this one. And this is a mortar with a minimum range of 100, which is a pretty high minimum range. Remember, a single land tile is 20 range, a wall is 4. And a max range of 300, which is great. Now, of course, this does need a heavy turret and HT transformer, of which you can hold 12 of in your base, and this would work, and this is what you could put on this. Now, if I start this build, which of course I have base parts, so I can do this for free, you can see that the turret has a firing arc in here, and I want to actually rotate this one so it's facing generally in the channel. And what you can see here is that where I have the specific turret placed, it's way too close and way too close to the channel. Instead, what I should do is move this thing further away so it's slightly further back. Now that I have the turret placed over here, you can see that it's going to do a little bit of a better job against this one. I probably need to change my entire base layout a little bit and have it move further away, but that's the general idea. You want to have it on an island pretty far back, but also not one that is snipeable from the outside. You also want to likely do things on your attack modules around to actually increase the effectiveness of this guy. You can see on my outpost, I do have modified warhead stockpile, which will increase the projectile speed of surrounding items, which is great. Fire support too, and a few other items as well there. You can also play around with your warehouses, see if there's anything you can put on those ones, which would help this out as well. Now let's actually go back into the turret because we're definitely not done equipping this thing yet. Remember that you will have a level 19 platform, which will have an extra 40k power on this one. So I'm going to show you a build that goes over the power limit, but you'll be totally fine without that if you have this upgraded to level 19. In terms of the first special, you want to put on something that can boost explosive damage because this is an explosive turret. And that is going to be the Fuel Tank 01X, which gives you splash, fantastic, and explosive damage. Now, one thing to mention with this turret is it does more than just deal damage. There's the 2 million damage value, but there's also the aura cap that this leaves on the ground there, which does minus 500,000 damage per second at a tick rate of 1 every 0.2 seconds, I believe. So that's something to consider on this one as well. You can't really do anything that will help that tremendously different than the main weapon, but it is something for you to keep in mind. But splash is good for both of those regardless. The second special you want to put on here is Escalation Eruption Pyre. This gives you explosive reload and a little bit of splash, a little bit of projectile speed. All of those are good things. If you take a look at the reload time on the turret, it has a 10-second reload time, which is very high. The salvo reload time of 0.6 is higher than the standard 0.2, and there's also a telegraph reload of 1. What that means is you have some diminishing effects of reload time because it only takes into account that 10-second portion, but that is such a big time anyway. It's definitely worth adding plus reload onto your specials to help cut that one down. Now the last special I'm going to go for here is just going to be one to increase projectile speed. I am so much further away than everything, I want to make sure, especially if someone is trying to charge past my channel, that I can hit them effectively. And to do that, I'm going to double the projectile speed by using heavy ballistic shells. Other options here would include something that would increase splash. I almost went for the sulfide deployer. I might end up switching to this one if I find that my projectile speed is high enough anyway that I'm hitting them every single time. And remember, I am showing overon power right now, but upgrading to level 19 platform gives you an extra 40k power, so you will be totally fine on that one. So those are the 3 specials I'm going for. I could definitely see arguments for switching out heavy ballistic shells to something that just had splash, especially if your base is stopping people or slowing them down more in the channel. Then you'll actually be able to hit them. You won't be as worried about having projectile speed to hit them in the first place. And even honestly, the projectile speed is pretty high initially, so you could just make an argument for cutting it down to increase splash. In terms of the armor, the thumbnail did show some corrosive armor that's honestly just pretty old and is leftover. You basically want to put on the proper armor plate against the current attacking ships. So, for instance, if people are using the Ajax to attack you, which has a penetrative UAV, you're going to put on penetrative defense on that one, especially if this thing can be sniped from its location, which it's so far back it really shouldn't be, so it almost doesn't matter. By the time someone is back here, they're likely in your base anyway, but you could definitely put on the D13M here if you wanted, or if this turret is being attacked by tsunamis more often, you would put on the D13C, for instance. Just remember that this turret should be totally free in order to equip. You should use base parts to do all of that, which you can get restock through using like the Punisher MK2 or anything newer than that one on the map targets. There you go. If you have any questions, go ahead and let me know by leaving a comment down below. I want to give a huge thank you to the channel members who are supporting the channel, making videos like this one possible. And with that said, this is going to be Derpy signing out, helping you be a better pirate.